In this extra part of the video, we will learn more about the context in which the new textbooks were designed and introduced. Hopefully, this contextualization will be useful for you in your teaching, as well as professional development with the textbooks. For more information, you can go to the article given on the screen, which was written by the chief editor of the textbooks himself. But the summary of his article is provided in this part of the video for your reference and convenience. Let's start with the global context first. In the world of today, international exchanges have been increasingly developing. Along with the ever-increasing development of international exchanges, communication between nations, organizations, and people through language is also developing. The most effective and indispensable means of communication to maintain and develop international exchanges is language. For this reason, the aim of teaching and learning a foreign language today is no longer limited to the teachers providing the student with an understanding of the nature of the foreign language being learned. It is neither limited to the teachers asking the student to do lexical and grammatical exercises, or to develop one or two language skills such as reading or writing. Rather, the aim of teaching and learning a foreign language today is for communication, in which the language elements such as pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar, or linguistic competence, are the means, and the skills of listening, speaking, reading and writing, or communicative competence, and the learner's cultural competence are the targets, or the ends. In other words, the aim of the teaching and learning process should be for us, when communicating with foreigners, to understand them, and for them to understand us. This sounds seemingly simple, but it has consumed a lot of effort and resources, namely, human, material and financial, of many countries including Vietnam, forcing them to find effective solutions to improving their learners' standards of performance in foreign languages. So what could be the solutions? Let's take 1 minute to think about this question before we continue. Overall, there are many solutions to improving the quality of any subject in schools, but they can be grouped into 3 levels: macro level, meso level, and micro level. At the macro level, a solution that has the most powerful and spreading impact concerns the decision to renovate the subject, or foreign languages in this case, by the government. Accompanying this solution is the promulgation of policies and the launching of propaganda activities, to make people know and understand the decision and prepare for implementation. At the meso level, the most important solution, which many education systems in the world often choose as the starting point of the renovation process, is to design a new curriculum and develop new sets of textbooks for the subject. And at the micro level, after the new curriculum is designed and the new sets of textbooks are developed, a number of activities, or solutions, to improving the quality of teaching and learning the subject, are proposed and implemented, such as training and even retraining the subject teachers to meet the new performance standards, upgrading the infrastructure of the classroom, modernizing equipment and teaching aids, training teachers in the new methods and techniques to meet the requirements of the new curriculum and textbooks. Promulgating a number of policies to encourage teachers and students to teach and learn the subject effectively, etc. and learn. Among these solutions, the most relevant one to this course is the one at the meso level: renovating the curriculum and the sets of textbooks. Let's start with the curriculum renovation first. The result of these renovation was that 3 pilot English curricula for Vietnamese schools came into being. 1. The pilot English curriculum for Vietnamese primary schools, promulgated in accordance with Decision No. 3321, on December 8, 2010. 2. The pilot English curriculum for Vietnamese lower secondary schools, promulgated in accordance with Decision No. 1, on January 3, 2012. And 3. The pilot English curriculum for Vietnamese upper secondary schools, promulgated in accordance with Decision No. 5209, on November 23, 2012. The 3 pilot English curricula for Vietnamese schools were designed with the close collaboration between curriculum designers and those from Vietnamese foreign language universities. In particular, they were designed with the participation of 2 famous British applied linguists from the British Council: Professor Rona Stentorp, for pilot English curriculum for Vietnamese primary schools, and Professor David Hay, for pilot English curriculum for Vietnamese lower secondary schools and pilot English curriculum for Vietnamese upper secondary schools. The design also used selectively and creatively the insights of several curricula of English as a second or foreign language of countries in the region and in the world, such as the USA, the UK, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, China, Thailand, South Korea, and Japan. In terms of the structure, they are multi-component curricula, taking the development of communicative competence through 4 macro skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing, as the focus, and seeing theme, topic, language elements, pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and intercultural aspects, as the components that contribute to the comprehensive development of students' communicative competence in English. So what are the innovative points of the new curricula? 3 innovative points can be seen in the 3 pilot English curricula for Vietnamese schools. First, unlike the English curriculum for Vietnamese schools, or the 7-year English curriculum, the 3 pilot English curricula for Vietnamese schools, as mentioned above, was designed with the participation of British curriculum designers. Secondly, the 3 pilot English curricula define clearly and consistently the levels of communicative competence school pupils are required to achieve at each grade and each level of education, reflecting a continuity of knowledge and skills from primary to lower secondary and to upper secondary level. Thirdly, the 3 pilot English curricula calibrated output standards, equivalent to CEFR 5 levels of communicative competence, using them as important bases for curriculum design, textbook development, and the development of competence framework for each grade and each level of education. This is a professional approach to curriculum design, defining clearly the role of each component in the sequence, from the design of curriculum to application in textbook writing to implementation in teaching, learning, and testing and assessment. Here is a quick question: do you know the level of CEFR that each level of education aims at? Let's think about it for a minute before we continue. Have you got the answer? Well, at primary level, students are required to achieve CEFR level A1, or level 1 of the 6th level Foreign Language Proficiency Framework for Vietnam, 2014. At lower secondary level, students are required to achieve CEFR level A2, or level 2 of the 6th level Foreign Language Proficiency Framework for Vietnam. At upper secondary level, students are required to achieve CEFR level B1, or level 3 of the 6th level Foreign Language Proficiency Framework for Vietnam, and those are the main points about the context in which the textbooks were designed and introduced. I hope that by learning about the global context, the challenges, the solutions, as well as the new curricula in which the books are located, you will understand more about the innovative points of these new textbooks. This is the topic of the next video. So see you there.